and checking over my right shoulder for bikes or anything. Now I'm getting a red light. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stop. And that car behind me honked, that's fine. Hey everybody, it is Ben with Drivers Ed Direct. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to today's video on right turns at red lights, anxiety buster. We're gonna do 9 or 10 turns, let you know how to make rights on reds, what to do, what not to do, how not to auto fail, and just how to be safe in general. So thank you for watching, appreciate you guys. All right, let's talk about Smog, right? Smog is the acronym we use before we do any sort of lane change or turn, and it's signal, mirror, over the shoulder, go, right? So I'm gonna put on my right signal, check my mirror, look to the right, over my shoulder, watch those pedestrians. So I slow down a little extra because there's some pedestrians there kicking a ball. You never know if something goes wrong. So I got a green light, but I can't just go because there's pedestrians coming. And if there's pedestrians in the crosswalk, I gotta let them come all the way up onto the curb before I make my turn. And I gotta keep my eye on this scooter. Now the guy going across from me, that scooter, once he's halfway across, that's fine, but this guy coming towards me has to be all the way to the curb before I make my turn. And then I turn into the rightmost lane. Nice. That was a great example with pedestrians going both ways. So a lot to learn from that situation. All right, let's go ahead. Let's make a right turn on this red light here. So I'm gonna fade over to the right here, check my mirrors, signal over the shoulder, go into that right turn lane here. Looks clear. I'm gonna have to come to a full complete stop at this limit line here. Now with this big truck here, it's hard to see the crosswalk, so I'm kind of guessing if I go right now, a pedestrian could come from right around the corner there, and if they do, I could hit them. If it's my test and I even make them have to dodge my car a little bit or walk around my car, that's an autofill. So I just wait in that situation. Better safe than sorry, no need to risk it, and you turn into the rightmost lane. Good, and that's an example as well as when there's 3 lanes of traffic, make sure you hit that rightmost lane. Sometimes you don't expect there to be that 3rd lane there, and so you turn into the middle lane. All right, so we are in a right turn lane, and you can see the sign ahead. There's actually 2 dedicated right turn lanes. That means that we can turn right, and the people over here can also turn right. One thing I also want you to notice is that there is a no turn on red sign. You see that? So that means normally where you could turn right on red, here you cannot have that option. So we're gonna all have to wait till it turns green. Every once in a while at an intersection like this, you will notice somebody make that right turn anyway, and that's illegal. I've actually seen people pulled over for that, and you get a ticket, right? So don't do that. Even if you think it's clear and that you can do it, it's there for a reason. They don't just put these signs anywhere willy-nilly. They have a reason for it. We got a green arrow up here, right? And with 2 right turn lanes here, we got to make sure we stay in our lane. So we'll stay in the outside lane here. I'll look over my shoulder just to be safe and just guide myself into that lane. So that's one of the few examples where you'll actually make a right turn and not end in the lane closest to the curb because there were 2 right turn lanes. Nice, great job everybody. Let's go ahead and make a right up here. This is a good example. Check the mirrors over shoulder. See how the bike lane opens up right here? Check for that bike lane. And then there's a dedicated turn lane on the other side of the bike lane. So we're in the dedicated turn lane, bike lane, and then the traffic lane's over there. Now, can I make a right on the red here? Let's see. There's a no U-turn sign, but I don't see any sign that says no right on red, so it looks like it's a go. However, I got to make sure that there's no one in the crosswalk here. So look, here's a good trap. See how they have a green arrow across there? If I'm like so focused over here and I start turning, I would have bumped into these cars or impeded those cars. So that's why making a right on a red can be tricky sometimes, because if you're not 100% sure what you're doing, you can really mess things up, right? So remember, you don't have the right of way. You got to check for traffic coming from any direction when you're making a right on a red. Again, that's why we say on your drive test, if you don't have to make a right on a red, don't do it. Wait a couple seconds for the light to turn green, because there's a lot less chance something kind of funky could go on that could earn you a point off or an autofill on your test. Let's make another right turn, folks. So we're coming up here. We're on a fairly congested street, doing our thing. Got a red light, I put on my right signal, check my right mirrors, I want to fade over. Good, there's a bike lane here. I'm gonna look one more time just to make sure. Complete stop at this red light. Now, can I make this right on a red? Yes, I can, but look, there's a pedestrian coming on a scooter. So had I just started going, that would have blocked him. That would have been an auto fail on your test. You can't do that. Now I can go for it here. And again, I don't have to do this. If I'm not feeling it, I can just wait for my light to turn green. There is nothing wrong with that. There's nowhere in the DMV handbook or California vehicle code that says you have to make a right on the red. And I'm a little hesitant to go because if he gets a green light right here and then I start going, I might block him. So I'll just be patient. I'm just gonna err on the side of caution here because I don't want to start making this turn and then this gentleman goes. Now as he goes, the rule is if he's going away from me, I have to wait till he's halfway across. Once he's halfway across, I can go. If he had been coming towards me, he has to get all the way out of the crosswalk before I can go. And I put on my right signal. Look over my right mirrors, over my right shoulder, looks clear. It's a red light, so I had to come to a stop behind the crosswalk. Check for pedestrians. No pedestrians, so I'm gonna inch out. Now I can make this right on red as long as it's clear, but I can't impede anybody's progress. So I gotta inch out till I can see that car. It's too close for me to go and it's going too fast, but after that car, I think it looks good. Double check, I don't see another car. Now once I get onto this new traffic lane here, I want to increase my speed to match the flow. Also check my mirror, see that white car coming behind me, but they're pretty far back. Nice. Right signal, right mirrors, over my shoulder. Nice. So I'm gonna have to stop here, right? I did not want to accelerate to that light just to make it. That would have not been safe. I got pedestrians coming in the crosswalk, so I wanted to make this right turn on a red. But if I would have pulled out into that crosswalk there, they would have had to walk around me. That would have been an auto fail. So this is a great example of why you can't just go into that crosswalk. Not only is it really rude on your DMV test, that's an instant auto fail. Great, now I'm gonna inch out here. Again, making sure there's no new pedestrians coming. Good, now once I can get a better view of traffic here, I'm gonna come to a complete stop. And once I have a gap that's safe to go, and that red car is coming fast, but after that red car, I gotta watch this car. It's kind of speeding up. Are they gonna go for the light? No, they're gonna stop. Now I'm gonna go for my right on red, double check everything. Perfect. Good job, El. That was an awesome example. Pedestrians, speeding cars. That's about as exciting as it gets right there. Good job, y'all. Another right turn. Right signal mirror over the shoulder, into that turn pocket. All right, we got a red light here. We want to make a right on a red. Complete stop behind the limit line. First, you check for pedestrians in the crosswalk. It looks clear, so I can inch out into this crosswalk here. Got my wheel turned, you can see a quarter of the way. Now, if I make this turn, I cannot impede anybody's progress, right? And I can't be guessing. There's a lot of parked cars there. It's a little bit hard to see. So I'm going to inch out as far as I can without getting it all into that traffic lane. And again, once I know it's clear, I'll go for it. But I see that the light's about to turn yellow. They're slowing down. It looks safe. Now I can go for it, double check, and finish in the rightmost lane. And accelerate up to speed. Nice. So there's an example where I just had to be patient. There might have been some gaps I could have gone, but because the visibility was not great, I wasn't going to guess. I wasn't going to risk it. You should never guess. If you're not 100% sure if it's safe to go, then just be patient and, you know, live to make the turn another day, right? Good job, y'all. You are making this old man proud to make right turns with you. All right, let's make a right at the light here. Put on my right signal, check my mirrors, look over my right shoulder. There's a bike lane here, or a shared lane. Now this pedestrian coming towards me, I'm gonna stop because you always have to yield to the pedestrians. When there's a pedestrian in the crosswalk and you're making a right, you have to make sure they're completely out of the crosswalk. Now if I wanna make this right on a red, I can. I'm gonna be very careful though, so I'll make sure that crosswalk is clear before I enter it, because if I block that crosswalk and a pedestrian comes, I've just auto-filled, right? Now I can see traffic. There's a car coming, they're turning. The key is when I go, I can't impede anybody's progress, but after that car, it looks clear. So I'm gonna go for the rightmost lane. And then once I'm in this lane, I really wanna accelerate up to speed, because you see a car coming behind me. I don't want them to have to slow down because of me. I don't want to impede their progress. So as long as I get up to that speed limit there, that's not going to happen. And that was a pretty good right turn on a red. A little bit of everything going on there. Pedestrians, traffic coming. So again, you don't have to make a right on a red, but a lot of times in real life, you're going to want to. And you need to know how to do it safely. Let's make a right turn on this light here. Check my mirrors, my signal, look over my right shoulder, complete stop. Do I want to make this right on a red? I sure do. Do I have to? No, but I want to, so I can teach you guys. Make sure there's no one in the crosswalk, because if I'm blocking the crosswalk, that's an auto fail. Good, now when I make this turn, I can't impede anybody's progress. There is a gap though, because that truck that's coming was going so slow that I could easily fit into that gap without making them brake any more than they already were. Perfect. So that was one where I gauged the gap, the speed of the truck that was coming, and everything worked out well, and I was able to make a right on a red. So let's go ahead and put our right signal on. Again, whenever you're making a right turn, you're signaling at least 100 feet and checking over my right shoulder for bikes or anything. Now I'm getting a red light. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stop. I did not want to accelerate to that light just to make it. That would have not been safe. And that car behind me honked. That's fine. And then I'm going to inch out. Now I can go right on this red. Beautiful. Good job, everybody. Great work. All right. So, well, there's some road rage. There is some classic good old fashioned road rage. Got to get to the mall and you don't want to be late? Give the driver's ed car a little bit of road rage. All right, y'all, you're doing great. Never mind that little bump in the road. Worse things will happen to you in life than getting honked at, I guarantee you. So just roll with the flow here. You're being safe. And if someone wants to kind of get grumpy at you and ornery at you, then that's their prerogative. Not much you can do to control that. All right, guys, we made it. We are at the end of our right turn on a red light anxiety buster. Just knocked out 9 or 10 turns. Showed you some great examples with pedestrians, without pedestrians, when not to go, when to go, how not to auto fail. So hope you learned a lot. Hope your confidence grew quite a bit today. Let us know down in the comments below what other kinds of things you want to see, what kind of things you struggle with, and we will incorporate those into future videos. Check us out over at Instagram at Drivers Ed Direct. Always doing some cool stuff over there. So until next time, from Ben and everybody at Drivers Ed Direct, please, 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 please stay safe out there. Thanks, guys.